What's going on, everybody? Let's talk Jets Radio. Hope we're doing well. Quick video here, part 2 training camp preview, talking running backs. Position group that I'm definitely excited about, but one that does have some questions. A few new faces, a veteran that's trying to prove he could stay healthy, get back to his old form. But obviously, everything starts with Breece Hall. He's your bell cow. The fact that he was able, one, to be healthy for week 1 last year definitely took me by surprise. But then the fact that he arguably got stronger as the season went on, I definitely did not foresee that, coming off the major injury that he had, having never played a full 17-game season before, to rack up 76 catches, almost 600 receiving yards, nearly 1,000 rushing yards, all while facing all those 8-man fronts and stacked boxes, knowing the Jets didn't really have a legitimate threat at quarterback to throw the football. You figure that experience that he's had the first 2 years while having the defenses kind of locked in on him, that's only going to make his life a hell of a lot easier going into this season with Aaron Rodgers, an improved offensive line. Hopefully there's some chemistry with Garrett between Aaron, from what they had in training camp last year. They're going to pick that up where they left off, and this running game should hopefully be able to take off. I think there are questions about who your number 2 is going to be. It seems like Braelon Allen's been doing a phenomenal job at minicamp and OTAs. I'm very curious to watch him. Seems like he's just built like a truck. Great in pass protection, tough, short yardage runner. Somebody that it seems like they have high hopes for. I would love, and I've been watching all these throwback games. I promise you guys, I am doing a top 10, all-time Jets games, at least from my childhood. But in watching a lot of these games, a lot of the running backs like Shonn Greene, like Lamont Jordan, just thinking about how they often finished off games in the fourth quarter when defenses were tired, I just envisioned Braelon Allen having a very similar role to those guys, where you bring him in the fourth quarter of a game where you're owning time of possession. Breece Hall's already racked up 125 yards. Rodgers is efficient. You're not going to need him. Hopefully, you're not going to need him to throw 350 every game this year. Hopefully, you're playing with a lead. You're owning time of possession. You get that defense tired, and then fourth quarter, you just bring in Braelon Allen for a couple series, and you just let him light some guys up. I think he's absolutely going to have a role as your number 2. But I also do think that, and the reports out of minicamp and OTAs have been positive about his pass catching abilities. But Tarik Cohen's a completely different animal. And, Isaiah Davis, I do think he's going to factor in. I think he's going to compete. He's also, a fifth-round pick like Izzy was. I'm not going to say that either one is going to be guaranteed any kind of role, but I think Tarik Cohen, if he's, 90% of what he was with the Bears when he had those 270-plus catch seasons, it's hard not to imagine him having some kind of role in this offense for Aaron Rodgers and Hackett to be a nice little gadget toy to play with his speed. Not bad in pass protection either. I remember seeing that one clip years back where he lit up Dante Fowler coming off a blitz. So it seems like there was definitely an emphasis on guys who could protect the quarterback, but also who can get those tough yards, who can catch the ball a little bit out of the backfield, and that's what it seems like all 3 additions this offseason bring to the table. Now the question becomes, Izzy, what does he do this year? What kind of improvements do we see from last year? It seems like he never really gained the favor of the coaching staff. Seemed like he struggled a little bit in pass protection. We know he's got speed. We know he's got athletic ability. Could possibly find a role, returning kicks. But I think it's going to be a long shot for him to make the roster if Tarik Cohen's healthy, because right now you're looking at 2 rookie running backs that obviously don't have any NFL experience, and Izzy didn't really get a whole lot of experience last year either. So you'd be talking about 3 guys that would be backing up Breece Hall that really don't have a whole lot of NFL experience to bring to the table, whereas if you keep Tarik Cohen on the roster, not only does he bring that experience, but he's also incredibly versatile and is just an absolute weapon out of the backfield if he is healthy. So I know he was on the practice squad last year, I think, with Carolina. So again, if he's anywhere close to being back to what he used to be, I'm excited to see where he's at. Otherwise, it seems like these rookies are going to get plenty of opportunities. I'm excited for them. I'm excited for Breece Hall. You wonder if they do limit his reps a little bit early in camp. I know he didn't participate in the early portions of training camp last year as he was still coming back from his injury. But it's going to be interesting. I don't foresee the Dalvin Cook type of splash this year. I don't think it's going to happen. I think that's why they drafted Braelon Allen, and I do think that's also why they signed Tarik Cohen. And if they do need somebody else, if there are injuries or guys that are just underperforming, you could always usually pick up guys like Jerick McKinnon or somebody like that that can kind of bring those same attributes to the table. So this is a group that I'm definitely excited about, more so because of the quarterback that's coming back and the opportunities that I think it's going to open up for everybody. But definitely a great opportunity for Breece Hall to just maximize his potential, not being the center of attention. You should see plenty of open lanes for him, some big runs like we were seeing early in the year last year. So I'm excited for it. Just hope everybody stays healthy. So part 3 coming soon. Talk to you soon.